probability of your success. All of us are a mixture of both the growth and fixed mindsets. In some areas of our lives, we operate with the growth mindset. In others, we operate with the fixed mindset. Because of this, I want you to think of both mindsets like a pair of glasses. Some people wear the growth glasses more often and others wear the fixed glasses more. But we all wear both in different situations in our lives. Although we should all strive to wear the growth ones much more than we wear the fixed ones. But why? Well, a lot of research seems to suggest that people with the growth mindset are more successful than people with the fixed mindset. For example, a study found that students who held a growth mindset were 3 times more likely to score in the top 20% on the test, while students with a fixed mindset were 4 times more likely to score in the bottom 20%. Another study found that when 7th graders participated in a growth mindset program, they were able to avoid a drop in grades which usually occurs in middle school. People with the growth mindset are much more resilient, which allows them to overcome challenging and difficult situations. Because they prioritize learning over failure, they're unafraid to take risks. They prioritize growing over stagnation. On the other hand, people with the fixed mindset don't want to challenge themselves because they believe talent and intelligence are fixed. They look at failure as an assault on who they are as a person. To them, lack of knowledge is an indicator of stupidity, and failure once means failure always. A person with the growth mindset believes that they're always in a state of flux and transformation, so they don't attach their identity to the results. Instead, they focus on the process of growing and learning. Few people will deny that the growth mindset seems to map nicely onto reality. We know that the brain can continue to learn until the day we die, thanks to the field of neuroscience. It also seems quite intuitive that people must work hard and persevere despite obstacles to end up being successful. So, the growth mindset seems to be a much more accurate view of reality than the fixed mindset. People with the growth mindset are living in greater accordance with reality than people with the fixed mindset. They can make truer decisions, whereas a person with the fixed mindset lives in a greater state of delusion. What do I mean by this? Imagine 2 entrepreneurs. One has the growth mindset and one has the fixed mindset. They are both in the early stages of their entrepreneurial journey. Suddenly, they both encounter a roadblock and are forced to make a decision. The one with the fixed mindset sees the long and arduous journey ahead of her due to the roadblock. The journey is in the way of what matters to her, the result. She believes that entrepreneurship should come easy to those who are destined for it. She decides to quit. The one with the growth mindset sees the long and arduous journey ahead of her and smiles. The journey is the way for her. The journey is what matters. Taking the role of a student, she accepts the long and arduous path as her teacher. She will allow it to mold her into the person she needs to become to achieve the results she desires. She decides to persist. When we look at both of these examples, most of us would agree that the entrepreneur with the growth mindset has a greater understanding of reality. Her decision is truer. We know that things take time, effort, and strategy to achieve, but it's often difficult to put that kind of thinking into practice. So, how can we develop the growth mindset? The first key to developing a growth